So, yeah, let's get this started. All right. So, the first challenge. Dun dun dun. Is there any desire to go first? Raise your hand. No, it's not a classroom. Does anybody want to go first?
Uh,
Go on, Kartik.
Yeah, I think
okay.
that was yeah.
Yeah, I can go. I
So,
can go
Kartik,
first.
what is your biggest podcast editing challenge recently?
Uh, um, just a fair bit of warning. I might go on a different tangent because there's so many challenges right now.
Please. Yeah.
But my biggest at the moment is noise cleaning for sure. Doing noise cleaning, doing audio cleanups on podcasts that have been recorded, remotely, not in a studio, not in an controlled environment, or not even for that matter using like mics, just like your laptop mics, right? So at Made in India, we do like different genres of podcasts, and that includes that we do a lot of online recording. We primarily use Riverside for recording our remote podcast. And not all guests have like the best of audio equipment or the best of the environment. So we do end up, having we do
That's
end
putting
up
it nicely.
yeah. We do end up having a lot of say, and like again, we're in India, which beautiful country but noisy like crazy, right? So we do end up having a lot of traffic, a lot of multiple kinds of noises in the
Yeah.
background. And what I feel is like getting someone's voice in a podcast is the best, like it's their version of telling their best true story.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't come across right, and like if you're straining your ears to like listen to someone talk, that's just not, that's just not done. So my biggest challenge is cleaning up um, online recordings, and be it traffic, be it birds, be it like random hums, be it cats and dogs also, because for some podcasts it's fun to have cats and dogs in the background, but if you're
Yeah.
talking something serious, it just takes away from the gravity of the conversation,
Yeah.
correct? um yeah, and like the thing is, we do these like protocols before we start recording. Like we tell them to switch off fans and ACs, but then India again being a tropical country, it's just too difficult to expect everyone to switch off fans and ACs.
Yeah.
So you end up having that noise in your recording.
Oh
And
gosh. I have to
yeah.
stop you for a second. May just added to, or somebody from Made in India just added to the chat room that we had a woman wearing bangles. Oh my god.
Man.
Metal,
Yeah.
long metal earrings. I learned that one the hard way. I mean, I know
Yeah.
bangles are
Necklaces.
on the wrist. Yeah. Metal. And I have
Yep.
a high sensitivity towards high pitch sounds. So when I heard that repeatedly, I was just like, what is happening? Yeah. So
And
let me ask you a question actually. Is there one particular sound that you're struggling with more than others? Like trying to clean it out is that and it's being difficult to get rid of.
yes. So sometimes what happens is um, different countries have like different electrical systems, right? And they run on. Sorry, I'm getting a bit more nerdy on this, but they run on
Please.
these like different frequency spectrums. So in India, we run on like 50 hertz, and then uh, some people the grounding is not that great, and then when you've plugged your laptop in because it's charging and you don't want it to drain out, you get this electrical hum which is just covers the entire frequency spectrum, and no matter how much you RX it, no how much you go into the spectral editor to take it out, it's still there. And that is just the most unforgiving noise that it is, because it's constantly there and it's bugging you. So I think that's the most challenging noise that is there right now at the moment. Rest of the things, it still can be managed, but that one thing is just brutal.
Yeah. And if you do it too much, you can create sound artifacts that make it sound worse.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's always like this. tight. You're walking on a tight rope because if you go this side, it's like completely artifacty, and then the other side, it's just like can't do this, can't deal with this.
Yeah. Oh man. Puneeth and Helen, what kind of sounds do you have often that seep into your client work?
For me, it's
Helen's
most
shaking
of the
her
time
head.
it's- I mean, for
You
me,
can go
it's not
Puneeth, yeah.
necessarily sounds per se, but most of the time it's clipping that I have to deal with
Oh yeah.
because,
Yeah.
and that was one of the challenges that I faced. Is I mean, very similar to what Karthik said. I mean, most people nowadays record online, and it is very, very, very difficult to actually make the host or the guest understand how to use a mic, right?
Oh my
I
god.
mean, it's quite simple. It's literally quite simple to use a microphone. I mean, especially for podcasting. But they either keep it here or they keep it here. I mean, come on. There is a particular distance they have to keep it from your mouth. But that is, to me personally, the most difficult thing to deal with is clipping. I mean, Alex does help quite a lot with its declip module.
Mm.
But the more you do it, it introduces this kind of like this underwater kind of sound. The declip and the D-reverb module, both of them, it kind of
Oh,
makes it kind of bubbly and wobbly kind of thing. Which again, just like what Karthik said, it is either terribly harsh and rough, or it sounds like a robot.
yeah. Helen?
Oh, I just have been nodding here. Like, do you guys have those dogs that sit at the back of the car, and as the car moves, it? Yes, all of it, all of the things. I'm fascinated by the fact that different countries have different electrical noises, but I won't go down that road. I think the podcast. Sorry, I'm getting overexcited. I think the microphone technique thing is really interesting, and I think one of the great things that I found from working on the recent production, and I had a colleague with me, and he was very much more the technical side, and I was doing, I guess, what you might call content production or lineup producer. And he was, because he comes from an audio background, he was really, he had no problems going, you need to be closer to your mic, you need to do this. And so I've brought that into with my clients. Because, I think people aren't used to being close to a mic. And, if you're not using visuals, it doesn't matter if you can't see the person's face and things. But I feel like Zoom and Riverside and those sorts of things are fantastic on so many levels, but they have ruined us a little bit in terms of what our expectations are for audio quality. Because you can... because you can be editing something with 3 different speakers, and they've all either got, one might have a microphone and it's great, and you can, if you are there in Riverside with them, producing them, you can get them, sounding lovely. But then if you have 2 different other situations, when it comes to editing that podcast, it can be really disheartening as an editor, because you think, all of these things are so different. And I really noticed that I have a lovely client who is almost ready to launch her podcast, and we have been recording at a small studio, and the difference of editing those episodes where I've been able to say, right, this is your mic technique, and they're both on the same microphones, and it's in a studio, and all of those sorts of things is so different to when you have someone on Zoom, someone on a mic, someone on a headset. It's it's great that we have access to podcasting, but it's also at the same time, it's really hard if you want it to sound at the best it can, but you have all these different sort of situations that you're editing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I have to say that we got a comment in the chat room that Karthik is the coolest. So you're doing something right.
Well, thanks. That's Alex from our team.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So I don't feel like we've helped you at all, though. So let's dig into our research. I mean, for some of those sounds, oh my gosh, those high pitch frequency sounds, and I can what is the word? There's a word that I want to use right now. I can relate to what you're saying about the electrical sounds. When I lived in Vietnam, the
Oh God,
the
yeah.
sounds of the electrical what are they called? The things outside that you can see
Yeah,
with the
the
electrical
wires.
Electrical
the wires.
cables. Yeah.
Yeah, they were so loud that's when I started wearing earplugs at night sometimes because they were just like, and I wasn't a podcaster then, so thank goodness for that. But they would just keep me awake just because they were so loud. So I can only imagine what that would do to a recording, especially if you couldn't like close a window to keep some of it out or things like that. So wow, are there any things that you noticed, Katik? Are there any things that you noticed that make that sound, that particular electrical sound, better that you didn't know when you first started struggling with it?
It really doesn't make it better. Only thing what I've noticed is if you find the bass frequency, which it is, and you try to take that out and the closest harmonics, so that really helps to at least clear some of it out. You still hear it in the background, but
Yeah.
at least the thing which is right in your face, that goes away. And again, RX audio editor is such a wonderful tool that you can literally see everything that's there. Like you can pick out the frequency that you want to take out.
Yeah.
So and it just shows up like this chunky rectangular like completely red line in
Yes.
it, and then you can just take it out. But yeah, that definitely helps taking it out. But again, 100% is a dream. It's just never gonna happen.
No,
Yeah.
it is. And yeah, and I know that studios are the ideal, but for me, I really love nature and sunlight. And so when I have been in a studio, I can't relax. I don't feel myself. So my voice sounds worse because I just feel trapped.
Oh, that's so funny.
So it's just, yeah, I'm not meant to be working for a network. Let's just say that. Anyway, okay.